As 2025 comes to an end, I would like to make some NFL predictions for 2026. And that is exactly why I am here today, to give you guys some predictions I have in the NFL for 2026. This Sunday night, the Steelers and Ravens will go against each other, and that is exactly what I'm going to predict. I think since this is the battle for the division and for a playoff spot, I have the Ravens winning and securing their playoff spot. And this is the same with some other divisional games. Another divisional game is going to be a good one, as it is for the number one seed in the NFC. The 49ers versus the Seahawks on Saturday Night Football. This one is definitely going to be a close one, but I have the 49ers winning by about 3 points. And I think the 49ers will secure the 1 seed for the NFC going into the playoffs. The last divisional game I will predict is the Panthers versus the Buccaneers. This one is for a playoff spot, and both teams have done really well this season, but have also started losing steam as they went on. And for that reason, I think the Panthers will stay consistent and win this game against the Buccaneers. So, the Panthers will secure a playoff spot and be the 4 seed in the NFC. Since I've predicted all the games for playoff spots, I will now be predicting every single seed in the playoffs, starting with the NFC. The team that I think will claim the 1 seed in the NFC is going to be the 49ers. This team, we didn't pay attention to them early in the season, but they have now gotten better, and they have a chance to get the 1 seed against the Seahawks this Saturday night. At the number 2 seed in the NFC, they have fought hard this season. I have the Bears. They have done pretty well this season, and I didn't expect it, honestly. As a Packers fan, I do not like to say it, but the Bears have done really well this season, and that is why I have them at the 2 seed. At the number 3 seed in the NFC, I have the Eagles. Eagles, they looked way worse than they were last year, but I still think that they're a really good team and that they can make it far in the playoffs. And I think they still can do very good, and they are a very good team that can work together and just win games. So that is why I have the Eagles at the 3 seed. They're also winning their division. It feels really weird to say this, but for the 4th seed in the NFC, I have the Panthers winning their division, beating the Buccaneers, and securing a playoff spot for the first time in a long time. And the Panthers have been pretty consistent this year. It's been an up and down season, but they have done a really good job, and they have kept the division in their hands. And I think they will be able to win the division and beat the Buccaneers in this Week 18 matchup against each other. So that is who I have for the number 4 seed. Now it's on to the non-division winners. It shocks me that they are here, but at the number 5 seed, I have the Seahawks, since they did not win. Since I don't think they will win the division against the 49ers on Saturday night. And I think they have been probably one of the best teams all year. And to put at the 5 seed just feels weird. But I can't put them any seeds 1 through 4 because I don't think they will win their division. And that is the reason I have to put them at the 5 seed. But there's a lot to talk about this team. And I think this has been a special team who could definitely win the Super Bowl later on later this year maybe. I think they could make it a long way in the playoffs or win the Super Bowl. So, that is who I have at the 5 seed. Another team that has done great this year in the NFC, and I genuinely do not understand how this is a 6 seed team, but I really think this is a team that could also make it far. They just need to start winning games and doing well on offense and defense. And at the number 6 seed, I have the Rams. I thought the Rams were going to win the division at the start of the year, but it has gone down recently. And now, I thought the Rams were easily winning the Super Bowl, getting the 1 seed in the NFC, but now here they are in third in their division, and I don't understand how they're in this place right now. But the Rams are going to be in the 6th seed, and I don't think it could be anything else other than that. This next team I'm about to say is not a 7 seed team. I think this team has been blown up by injuries. And yeah, I have to say it because, unbiasedly, this team has gotten, injuries have killed them. And at the 7 seed, I have the Packers. And I think they would have done way better without injuries. And in some games, they played down to their competition. But this is a team with a healthy team. I think this team could make it far. And we'll have to see what happens with the quarterbacks and other positions where there's injured players. So for the Packers, I really don't know what could happen. And since I have them playing the Bears in the first playoff game, I think that will be a very interesting game to watch as a Packers fan or Bears fan. And for me, it's definitely going to be as a Packers fan. And I really hope that the Packers can make it far because injuries have caught up to us, and the Packers don't seem like a team that should be a 7 seed. I really hope this Packers team could do well in the playoffs and go Pack Go. There are so many good teams in the NFC to talk about right now, but we have to move on to the AFC predictions, and I am very excited for what could happen in the NFC. So without further ado, let's get to the AFC predictions, starting with the 1 seed, which that team at the 1 seed, I think that will be the Broncos. The Broncos have done well all year, and they have done really well all around, offense and defense. This is a team that has done very well all year, and most of the players on this team are very young, and I think they could have a chance in this year to win a Super Bowl, or maybe even for the next 5 years, because this is a very young team, and I'm already predicting them to be the number 1 seed in the AFC. And with Bo Nix doing very well in his, I believe, 2nd or 3rd year, this is a great team, and I expect to see a lot from them in the playoffs. At the number 2 seed in the AFC, this team has been phenomenal, and it was very unexpected. This team was horrible last year and has done a very, very good job this year with coaching and just playing in general. So at the number 2 seed in the AFC, I have the Patriots. The Patriots have been an insane team this year, and I don't know how they went from one of the worst teams to one of the best teams. They went from, I'm pretty sure, losing the division to winning their division, even beating the Bills in their division. So I think the Patriots really deserve this spot, and I really am excited to see them in the playoffs this year. There have been so many surprising teams this year, and that's including the team I'm about to say as the 3 seed. This is also a very young team. They could be on and off. 1 year they will be terrible, the next year they'll be amazing. And when they're amazing, they make a run in the playoffs. And when they're horrible, they get like 4 to 6 wins at most. And this team, I think, has done a very good job this year. And that is going to be the number 3 seed, which is the Jaguars. And the Jaguars are still like a great team. I really don't know what to expect each year, but it has been a roller coaster this year for the Jaguars. They started 0-2, I'm pretty sure, and they made a really good comeback to start winning games, and now they are 11-4, which I did not expect, and I expect them to be they're not 11-4, they're like 12-4, I think, but I expect them to go into the playoffs 13-4 at this point, and this team is great. I expect to see a lot from them this year. The last time they made the playoffs, they made a 27-point comeback against the Chargers in the wild card round, but then, of course, they had to go against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the divisional round. Push that besides the point, and this Jaguars team is great, and I want to see how well they do in the playoffs, especially Trevor Lawrence, with Trevor Lawrence leading the team. This was a very tough decision to put at the number 4 seed, but as the last division winner, it comes down to the Steelers and Ravens game on Sunday Night Football. This one is going to be a very close one, but who I have winning this game is going to be the Ravens, and I have the Ravens solidifying themselves in the 4 seed in the playoffs, and I think this team I thought this team was going to miss the playoffs when I first saw them play, but they have gotten better, and I think they could make a run in the playoffs if they just run it with Derrick Henry, because it seems to be going really well if they just give the ball to Derrick Henry every play. And speaking of Derrick Henry, he fumbled a lot at the start of the season. Now I think he's gotten going, and this Ravens team, I think, is going to be a great team in the playoffs in 2026, and I want to see how well they do. At the number 5 seed, this team made an amazing comeback this year and started out 3-5, and I thought they were going to miss the playoffs too, but they went on an amazing, how many games was it? An 8-game winning streak, and that team that I'm going to have to put at the number 5 seed, that is going to be the Texans. This Texans team figured it out late in the season, but they still figured it out, and they have done an amazing job this year, and especially the defense. The defense has done this. This is probably the best defense in the league. I would not want to face the Texans in the playoffs, and I have no idea what to expect from this Texans team. If their defense wants to do good, then I think they could make a big run and possibly even make it to the Super Bowl. That is why I have the Texans at the 5 seed. At the number 6 seed, this team, I don't know how they're a 6 seed, and they have done worse than they have done most of the years, but they still make it into the playoffs. At the number 6 seed, I have the Bills. The Bills, I thought that they were going to do really well this year and win their division, but the Patriots decided to do an amazing job this season, and the Bills have to be put at the 6th seed, even though they have had a great season. There's not much to say about this team at the 7th seed, and they don't deserve to be a 7th seed, but they have to go at the 7th seed because the AFC is packed, and the 7th seed is going to be the Chargers. This team should have won their division, but the Broncos won their division, so they didn't. And those predictions bring me to the Super Bowl prediction, and I think to win the Super Bowl, that team will be the Seattle Seahawks. If you agree with my predictions, like, subscribe, and maybe leave a comment. And with that, Happy New Year. Bye, guys.